Hello, this is Cornel Burzo. I'm a 6-dan player, and in this video I'm going over a recent game played by Dank75 on Foxy. This is a game that Dank was white and he won the game by resignation, but actually it was a very close game, white winning just by 6.5 points. Well, it's a pretty bad habit for players who are losing to resign just at the end after playing all the neutral points. I mean, normally you gotta face the result, count, and that's it. Otherwise, just resign earlier. So that's a bit unpolite, but it's a pretty common habit on Foxy. I mean, sometimes it happens that the player who's losing, he's like 30-40 points behind, and instead of just resign, they play till the end and they either lose on time or they just resign instead of counting. Anyway, that's not so important. Let's dive into the game. So Black played the old school slide at b4. Well, here in this position, locally nowadays it's more common to play c4 attach and then Hane. So we have this Joseki a lot. But also, Black can just play a Shimari in the top left corner, for example, c14. So he can put more emphasis on the corner instead of side play. But yeah, I mean, this move is still playable. So white plays the classic way, black extends back. Now the normal move is to finish the Joseki at c9 on the third line. The reason for this is that when you play a move like d9 as black and white comes around c11, then you need to play another move to prevent the slide. So either double up or Keima on the second line, or simply descend at b9 to prevent the slide or the invasion. So this way black invests 2 moves instead of 1. But white approached the corner. This is very good. Well, in this case, it's still more common to play c15 instead of c14, but I know that's an experimental move to play the low and far approach, Ogema Kakari it's called. But either way, black can think of a pincer. So when white played c14, black should pincer right away at c12 to make his d9 work much better. There's a good balance on the left side like this. Obviously, white will attach in the corner, then we will probably have this classic Joseki. So this way, black can go for a moe on the left side. Nothing to complain. Now, if black plays the Kosumi at c16, white will extend for a base at c11. Black can play another move here to block white for sliding b9. Then white will probably go out, black defends the top, and this is also a normal follow-up. Then white will probably attack the top right corner. Now let's see what happened in the actual game. So black played an aggressive move, this Tsuke, but this is not so amazing. So usually here, white can play Hane second line, Hane fourth line, Nobi up, like it happened in the game. This is the, let's say, calm way of responding. But I would try the Hane on the second line. This feels like it's going to punish black right away. So when black pulls back and you go up with a Nobi or you just play Kosumi, it feels like his move at c15 is just a neutral point. I mean, if we go back to the situation, oh, I went back a bit too much. So when black plays here c15, imagine white would go on the second line at b15. Now black will never play c15. It would be a waste. Black would probably play a pincer at c12 or simply block the corner b16, then white extends. But there is no reason for black to play c15. That's a complete neutral point. So changing the order of moves here, we can see that black's move at c15, it's a bit too aggressive, I would say, and kind of a mistake. So white can just play Hane up to revert to a classic Joseki, but the problem is you might feel the extension at c11, it's a bit too narrow, so somewhat over concentrated. Black will probably play the kick or the block on the second line. Now if you go all the way to c10 to complete the Joseki, black will block here, then you need to go up, then black will probably play Hane, you play also Hane block or a jump, and again it feels a bit over concentrated for white. So in this case I would suggest Hane on the second line. Hane, then either go up, because when black plays something around here, you can jump along and put some pressure on the corner, or make some eye shape with this kind of tiger mount. Now if black simply blocks the corner, then you can jump out, or even think about another slide to fix the base, and just leave the group as it is. It's already safe. So no B in this case. Black took the extension, white got the clamp, that's a very good move. Black went down. Yeah, it's kind of normal to go down and sacrifice both, but in this case black can just block the corner, white will capture the stone with an Atari. Now you don't necessarily need to go down as black, I mean this can be delayed, and then black can just extend for a base, and it's absolutely fine. We cannot say black suffered that much in this variation. So black went down, cover, very good, sacrifice, white takes, and black turns. The turn is wrong, it should be b17 to make sure that white has to play Atari at b14. White cannot push inside, he will lose all the stones. So white will play here, black Atari from the outside, then white captures. When black just turns, this gives white the opportunity to turn first in the corner, then block, now take the two stones, Atari, capture, and later the endgame it's a bit different. So for example, when we play the last few moves, white is not going to Atari here and allow black to connect and build all those points in the corner. White can play inside Atari, then Atari from the outside, then take the call, so black is losing several points in the corner. Therefore it's better to push first instead of taking at b17. Sorry for my voice today, I think I'm catching a cold or something, but anyway, let's continue with the game. So Atari, take, and black extends. This extension is not that urgent, the group is already alive in the corner, so black can play a Shimari in the top right or attack the lower corner. If white plays something here, black will just defend with a Kemo on the second line. It's enough space in that area to survive. So playing this move, white took Sente. Therefore another approach in the top right corner, that's very good. So black played the same aggressive Tsuke. This time white has enough space in the top to extend for a base, so white should consider Hane on top, connect solid or tiger mount. Black extends to finish up the Joseki, white extends for a base, it's just fine. Also white can play n16 and extend even further to j17, and after that slide into the corner. So here black will probably block, but you don't care about that area so much, it's pretty flexible, and just grab another big point. So the Fuseki looks a little bit better for white. Anyway, no B up, but in fact white can still play the Hane on the second line, then go up here. And if black takes away the extension, again you can think about a way to attack the top right corner, either like this or surround with this kind of approach. So let's see the actual game. No B up, black went down, white extends, pretty okay. This is a good distance. Black invades. Usually against this invasion you just attach on top. Well, here we have a little situation with the ladder, because black will cut like this, then black will connect under, you gotta push, Atari, Atari again, and then when you start the ladder it doesn't work. So before setting up the ladder, white can turn first. If black plays here, it's an empty triangle and it's quite painful, so most likely black will block, then you can cut. It doesn't work to go Atari from the right because all the stones will die, so black has to crawl a bit. And after he plays all these moves, you can get the Keima in Sente. So it's a good sacrifice. And now, instead of setting up a ladder that doesn't work, you can play this kind of Tsuke. So you try to get some impact on the top stones. Now if black goes down, you can go Atari and net the 2 stones. If black comes out, however, around here, let's see how we continue the fight. Tuk, 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 tuk. Yeah, just play a 1 space jump this way. And then when he hane, you pull back. There's a cutting point in the top. So if he protects against the cut with a nobi, you can net the 2 stones like this. If he comes out with the 2 stones, then you cut the top. And that's pretty nice. So you fix the group in the top and you can also run with the other group in the center. So this fight is fine for white, because black just got this heavy group in the middle and he doesn't gain much from the invasion. But yeah, things can get more complicated that way. Here, however, yeah, black can connect under, and now he actually creates 2 cutting points, one on the right, one on the left. So where to connect? This turn is not really necessary anymore. Those 2 stones you can sacrifice. So I would connect here with a tiger mount. And if black just hane, you give up the 2 stones. And then you got enough thickness, the stones are safe, and you just go for another big point. In the end, those are just 2 stones, and the thing is, black already played some moves under on the second line, and then if he plays also a couple of moves in the center, it doesn't make the capture so big. He invested lots of stones to catch just 2 stones. Now when you connect here, obviously he will cut at L15, and then things become more complicated, because you have 2 heavy groups. Like if you play Atari here and black comes out, those 5 stones in the top are still under pressure. If you play the Atari from the other side, he can kill the top, but here black messed up. Black was supposed to play Nobi again, and then when you push one more time, he plays another Nobi, and he's going for a capture on a pretty large scale. There's a lot of surrounding territory, not just the 2 stones. So here black captured the 2 stones, but in a small way. So yeah, white got to squeeze like this, push all the way down, then hane. This is a very good sequence. White makes some thickness. In the end, those 2 stones died, but it's just a little bit of surrounding territory for black. Nothing to complain. So here, black is trying to connect under, and white played Nobi. Why is that? Why should separate? Don't allow him play Atari. If he plays the hane here, first of all, you will Atari in the top, and this makes the capture even smaller. The second Atari is not necessary right now. I mean, you can play it as a Kotret. Even the first Atari can be delayed a bit, but okay, just for illustration here. And then you can play double hane. So once black goes Atari, he has a problem in the top that you can cut at F16. So he either connects here or he pushes like this to make more eye space. But then you can still cut and capture those guys. So black will probably just protect like this or play the block down. But then you still have hane on the first line. Well, not necessary to play it right now. And then black has to play Nobi, because when he jumps, you have the wedge, and when he plays Atari here, you can Atari and cut the 2 stones. So you're okay actually in the middle, and you get to play all these sequences in center. So imagine all the variation finishes like this. Now you don't have a problem if he cuts at J14 and you just play a big point, this one, or an extension to the middle of the side. And even if you just play this Atari, it's fine, because when he cuts, you have an Atari from the right and you capture both stones. So it's a super thick formation. But I would play away, and when he cuts, you go for a double Atari. So you shouldn't allow white, oops, back to the game. Sorry, you shouldn't allow black to play Atari H18, especially that he connects in center. Now you need another move, and this F15 became a waste. Imagine you don't play anything, you just play away, he goes Atari, you connect, and now if he plays hane at F15, you just block with hane. And if he plays this move, you can block again, nothing happens. So it's really small to play F15 and allow the Atari at H18. I have a feeling white could win this game by more than 6 points. And we will see later some other opportunities. Okay, this move, it's meant to cut at M14, so it's like a ladder breaker. But those stones are not even that big. Like for example, if white plays a move here and black cuts right away, you go Atari, and then you play some sort of fake net. Then he needs to play Atari here. You go Atari from the outside. He takes the 2 stones, probably the other 3, no problem. And then you just get another big point. This extension or some extension on the right side. For example, if you extend here and then something like this happens, you can play the Kosumi, threatening to save the stones, then you push down, then you cut. So in the end, for those 5 stones, which is more like 10 points and a couple of extra territory surrounding the 5 stones, but not too much, you gain a lot on the right side and also in the middle. So obviously you can compensate even double than what you lose. So you can just give up. Sacrifice can happen sometimes. Anyway, the way to defend it's not bad, but you could play this whole game. So the next move, for example, let's say something like this happens, you can come around with Q11 and enclose the right side. This move, black will jump again on the right. White plays R6, that's very good. Black comes in the middle of the side, fine. Attack from the left, very nice. He approaches the corner, kick, also very good. Here black was supposed to go up. The way he played, it's a bit painful. Hane, it's okay. But it also works fine just to block the corner. Because normally black will play an Atari, so there is no more edge in the corner. And now he has to do something with the cutting point. So he'll probably protect up. But here you have this Kosumi, this Pip, sorry. Then Kosumi Tsuke. And then connect under. All of a sudden the group has no base. But yeah, this shows fighting spirit to play Han on top. However, black, instead of pulling back, he should play the second line move, Tiger Mount. Now you will probably go Atari first, then block the corner. And now in order to stay alive, black will capture a stone. But once he captures a stone, he's thick and you have a cutting point. So you gotta come back here. And all this variation was sent for black. And he can block the right side with this move. He's got a lot of territory, so maybe now black has a chance to win the game. But the way things turned out, black was in a painful situation. Yeah, to connect the stone like this, first of all, it's small and it doesn't really give him complete eye shape. Locally, he needs to play O1, but it's better for black to turn because it threatens the Atari. White will go up and then jump into the middle with Keima. This is a way to fix the bottom group. Now he can still suffer when you come up with moves like this and try to surround the group, which happened later. And he almost died. We have to look at that Tsumego too. So here white is trying to set up a little Moyo, which is a good idea. Double Hane, Atari, very good. Extend, nice technique. Then Hane. Black took the stone. He can actually play a bamboo and try to capture the stone a little bit bigger. But this no bit's a bit slow. You can play Atari here anytime, and black needs to connect and leave it like this. So therefore, it's more interesting to play a Keima like this in order to grow the middle territory. If black comes out, then you can play big moves on the right side, such as this slide. If you don't feel comfortable to slide all the way to S10, you can just go S9 and then go up to R9 and maybe peep like this once, play this Atari, then Keima again. So you just grow this area, which is like 15-20 points, while chasing a bit the bottom group. So it feels a bit more active play. Playing the Nobi doesn't bother black so much, so he should do something to stay safe here. For example, this Keima to come into the Moyo and help his group. And then block the right side. For white, the focus here should be to take Sente and slide S9, S10 to erase that right side. So let's move on. When black pushes here, again, white can simply ignore it. For example, white can play this move to put a lot of pressure on the bottom. Now, thing is, if black goes, for example, Hane, you block, he goes Atari, you connect, he captures a stone, you block. Not such a big damage that black does around the lower left corner. Besides, later on, let's say something like this happens, you can catch this stone back. So in the end, it's just fine. I mean, it's really not that urgent to go down, because when you go down, normally it's gote, because black should try to erase the center with this move, but somehow black also push along and he took gote instead of center. It's really not big to play b2 at this stage of the game. So why I decided to throw in? That's not necessary, because you just lose an extra stone and there is no point. You better play Kosumi like this, Kosumi Tsuke, threatening that kind of squeeze. If black answers here, later in the game you can play Atari and another Atari. If you do it now, he's not going to answer. And if he plays this move, you don't have to do anything. So like this, you just leave it and play somewhere else. Slide on the right or approach this. Try to surround this group and put some pressure. Now, if he doesn't answer, wait a second. So you play the Kosumitsuke. Let's say he jumps out with this group because it's in danger. Now you play the Hane at D10. And if he blocks here, then you go throw in. Now, he cannot take the stone because it's a snapback. And when he captures this guy, you could take the one on the left side first, and then you push inside. So that can be a little bit annoying. Therefore, yeah, if you play Kosumitsuke, black should probably play D10 right away. D10 or D8. But you shouldn't play the throw-in. Sometimes when you throw in, you give points to your opponent. It's not always like a magic Tesuji. Oh wow. So this nob is good, but black should play D11 to stay connected, and then he has a chance to come inside. If you just cover and block, this will be gote. Now he's got time to play this kind of move to fix the bottom group. So good cut, yeah, nice peep and push through. Therefore E12 is punished. Now obviously white has the first chance to win this game now with all that potential in the center. I think you don't even need this move actually. Let's say you play something here. Your opponent has to leave. No B. He survives. And then you jump again in the center to enclose the box. Now if he goes Atari this way, you connect. If he cuts, you just go Atari and push along. So those stones are pretty trapped in the middle. If he tries Atari from the other side, you connect. When he connects under, you cut him. And if he connects on the right, you cut 3 stones and they die inside. So you can build a lot in the center. When he plays a Kosumi here, you just block like this and it's all good. That center, it's huge. So this was a little bit too submissive. He jumped in, but that's a bit deep. It's very dangerous. So I would still play here because the bottom group dies. And if he jumps to the right, you push one more and there are no eyes. Even if he plays all these moves in center, locally he can just make one eye. When he plays here, you just hit the vital point and it's done. So that's terrible for him. Therefore, he will always play Kosumitsuke. You nob it to the left. He makes 2 eyes, and then you surround that invasion on a large scale. But first, you attack the bottom side to get this strong formation, and then surround the center. There is a strategy called make noise on the east to attack the west, or like in this case, you attack the south to kill the north, but you got the point. So you don't always have to attack directly. First you prepare, you lean on some other stones. Anyway, this is a pretty tough situation for black. You can push through in order to create cutting points. So when he goes Atari, you connect. Now there's a cut on the right, a cut on the left. If he blocks here, you can catch the left stone, but I think you can attack the whole thing. So just block. Now when he plays here, you go up. He's in a lot of trouble with all these cutting points. Anyway, you still need to play this schema to separate the groups and put pressure on the bottom. Yeah, he connected, then you cut 1 stone. I would play here and try to kill the whole thing. So again, he needs to come back and survive. And then instead of capture 1 stone, you just jump. So you separate the group from the right. It doesn't matter if he connects this stone as long as the group has no eyes. So it's just a stick of stones being separated and surrounded. So like this, you just go for small profit. You surround one stone, but you let him connect to the right. Now there's a chance to kill the bottom actually. You can play this Atari. It's kind of sente. If he defends around here somehow, yeah, let's say he plays this move. You have this one. He makes twice. Okay, he's happy. 2 points. You can capture this stone and pull back and fight the core. In fact, all these moves on the bottom to attack the group can be used as co-threats. So yeah, if you play this Atari, he might defend and then you hit the vital point. So when he pushes out, you go here, if Atari, connect, if connect, surround everything. Now there is no way to build twice. And this kind of sequence could happen right away too. Like, I mean, if white plays here directly, even without Atari, black will push. You don't block, you just go straight up. Atari connect. If he connects, you play like this. And now when he plays Hane, you block. If he plays here, you block. If push, you block. Atari connect. In the corner, you're fine. You just answer everything. This group cannot live inside. And the bottom group also, it's already dead. So the way to kill this group is just Hane, because it's the L formation. So when he plays here, you push this and this, connect, if take, jump. You have plenty of liberty, so he dies both in the corner and the bottom. This was a big opportunity to finish the game right here. And even now. Now you don't need the Hane on the left or, I mean the Nobi on the left or right, because if you hit a vital point and he plays Hane here, you just pull back. Oh, you can even peep. Yeah, peep first. So he only has one eye on the bottom. He can play this move first, you connect. If he pushes here, you connect. If he plays Atari here, you connect. If you play this move, connect first. He needs to connect, surround everything. Now, when he plays this one, you Hane in the corner and then take the eyes like this. If he connects the two stones, you place something here or Nobi and it's all good. Because there is no way to build an eye in the middle. White is just too thick in the surrounding area. So there will be just one eye on the bottom. That was another opportunity missed by white to kill right away. So hit the vital point and chase him into the middle. This is a way to use your thickness in the center where he cannot really make the second eye. Like this, he got the eye shape and that's it. He pushed. Oh, and even now you can kill. This push is not centered. He should play this move and leave on the spot. If he plays the push first, you hit the vital point, he can Hane. Locally you can play Atari and connect like this. But you can also play just Hane in the corner. If he plays this one, push again. If he plays this one, take away the eye. Now when he goes Atari, connect, he needs to connect, you surround with a nice table shape. On this move, block. On this move, take the stone. You push, you block, Atari, connect. Nothing happens. He's simply dead. This one you play here, this one you play here, this one you block. If he plays here, you push, push again, vital point. So he's dying in the corner too. That's what you have to read in a local situation like this. Now, well, he just survived and there is not so much compensation for white. Now on this push, I don't understand why black is taking a stone. He could just block. Nothing happens. I mean, well, white can do this, so what? Black connects, and he keeps all the points. This way, white can turn down and destroy a couple of extra points, but that's not so big at this stage of the game. Yeah, that was bigger. So, for example, if you slide, he blocks, you go up, he blocks again, you can damage more points. Also, it's big to play this clamp. If he blocks here, you go Atari, he connects. And it's nice to enclose the middle with this move. Don't let him come inside with a Kosumi, he can erase lots of points. Obviously, he will probably jump or Nobi from this direction to erase some points, but still, you build a lot. Sorry. So R8, yeah, it's very good to play that Kosumi. Now, the way to block his entrance, it's instead of pushing one way or the other, because if you push from the bottom, he goes up. If you push from the top, he goes left. You need to find a way that's more like a net. So for example, this Keima, if he pushes here, you just block. If he goes up, you play here. If he pushes here, you cover again, and he's surrounded. Also, yeah, if he pushes here, you just block, block, block. I mean, he cannot go inside too much. This way, you push him inside, and yeah, it's not necessary to play a move like K3. Just hurts your stones a bit. So in the end, he managed to break lots of points here. Too bad. And he sent it too, huh? This move is really not necessary. What if he cuts? Let's say you play a jump on the right side, S9. This can erase more points and it's harder for him to block. So if he cuts here, you just go Atari and cover. So his stones are dead. And if he plays Kosu Mitsuke for a snapback, you go Atari, Atari, Atari. So that cut is not dangerous. Therefore the connection at G6 is small. Here on the right side, he needs to push like this once, then block this way, then block again. If he goes up, you just push through and kill more stones. So he has to give you the 2 stones here in order to stay safe in center. But it's a big catch. Now, if he plays this move, you go ahead and then he needs to play this one. And then you keep pushing or you jump again. So you can erase lots of points on the right side instead of G6 block. Alright, so push, push. Yeah, this is quite big. But still, the jump on the right side, it's impressive. Why capture just 1 stone? I mean, if you want to keep this territory in the middle, you can play this move and the stone is captured on a large scale. Anyway, the stone cannot connect to the left or to the middle. And he's pushing from the right side, so you should block this direction. And his E12 is still trapped inside. That's a very submissive play, just to take the 1 stone. This is good, creates cutting points. Now the peep would be nice. That's not necessary. Better peep, take Sente, then jump on the right side. Anyway, small endgame from here. Okay, the peep came. Yeah, instead of push, still jump. It's really harder for him to block. Maybe he will just block like this and block again. But then you can continue Sente on the first line. And then you catch this guy. So, push. When you push like this, he should block actually. And then you Hane, Nobi, push, Atari, connect, and defend. Like this, you can still jump. And this way, you can erase more points. If he blocks here, you can start a Ko. So he might just Nobi and you keep pushing. Yeah, that's a lot of reduction in Sente. That was good. This is a bit too early. It's still better to play Clamp and Atari here. Leave this Hane for later. Ah, you can start a Ko if you want. I mean, when you cut, he takes the Ko, you play the Clamp, he blocks, Atari, connect, take the Ko back, and so on. Risky for him to block. But anyway, this connection is not that large, it's just 5 points. Like for example, if he blocks here, he stops you from diving inside the right, and then you catch 1 stone, 5 points. Then he can play Atari, Hane, also this Hane, you got a Nobi. Oops, misclick. Push, block, connect, connect. Ah, this happened in the game and white went down S2 actually. Oh. Well, this push is not necessarily Sente. Black connected, but he shouldn't. Because if you go Atari here, he connects and you have only 2 liberties. And when you play another Atari, you still have 2 liberties. And when you try to kill the corner with this move, you will just throw in and it's a snapback. So no problems there. Okay, then Keima. Oh, monkey jump. Okay. Here on this monkey jump, black should play this move, then cut, then Atari. If you capture a stone, Atari again, connect, and defend. Usually you want to play the monkey jump to finish Sente. Because if you push along, he can go Atari here, then Atari again, then Atari one more time, and Atari again. So you can erase more points, but now you finish Gote. So, the block on top, that's not amazing. White can get ahead. You're still not separated. If he tries to cut you, you just take the stone. So you erase more points. Now on this move, he can block, yeah, of course. But wrong to play this one. You can turn. like this. And then if he pushes, you block, he goes Atari, you connect, and then he connects. So you raise more points. When you pull back this way, he can go Atari, you connect, and he connects, and now he makes 2 extra points around R10, R11. As you can see, all these small delay errors can add up and make the game closer than it should be. Yeah, this was Sente, but the push is gotten now, you don't need. Oh no, he should block here. And then you gotta go back. And this way, black doesn't have to play another move inside, because there's nothing here. Atari, extend. If Atari again, it's a problem, you cannot really do it because of the Atari from behind. And Atari again, and dead. So, this Nobi was a chicken move. The push is no need, I mean, you're just going to take Gote. You better go down here, where white could, black could play Hane and erase a few extra points in the corner. So that was, this push is just Gote for 1 point. You should block, and then you gotta pull back. That's it. And this one, you have to go back again or block like this. He doesn't have to sacrifice a stone, he's just losing points. It's sent anyway, but why give up a stone? Yeah, this is good. Hane, very good. Hane here too. Yeah, you cannot block because of the life in the corner. If you do this, it's a bit dangerous. Now, there is no way to kill this group. So for getting a few extra points on the bottom, white loses like all the corner, 15 points, so no point to do that. Yeah, no beat's correct. But then you don't have to Nobi again. You just need to Atari, he connects. Now he cannot do the stuff in the corner because you capture 2 stones. So he will connect and then you connect. Therefore, you save these points at T1 and T2. So yeah, yeah, you don't have to go down. Just make the points in the center, here for example. If he plays the Hane, you can block, and when he cuts, you fight the Ko, or you just Nobi, because he cannot really push again. If he does this, you go Atari, and it's a shortage of liberties, so you will catch the 2 stones, he takes 1 back, and therefore it's the same territory. So the descent doesn't have to be played right now. Yeah, there were more points in this area, obviously. And now, pretty much done. Wrong push by black. Black should push here and then cut the 2 stones. It's a better deal. These 2 stones, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. The game could be much closer. Fine. Wait, here you can play with fighting spirit. Atari, he takes like this. You can look for a cotret. For example, cut here. It takes or connects. You take back the ko. When you take back the ko, he's in Atari. He needs to connect. Then you leave it like this. You just play other points. That's fine. This move is not necessary. Let's read out what happens. You cut, then he goes Atari, Atari, and push. So no need to play another move inside. But I think at this stage already black it's losing anyway. Yeah, this is good. That's big. This move is not necessary. What can happen? Let's just play here. He goes Atari, you take. He goes Atari here, you capture. He goes Atari here, you connect. So there is no point to add a move inside. It's the same kind of defense like black did in the top right corner. Yeah, here you have to pay attention. Yeah, there's another correct. Oh, what is he trying? Atari, boom, boom. I see. You gotta play here eventually. It can be dangerous at the end. I mean, like this, you still need to play another move inside. He will go Atari, then he will go Atari here, then he will take away a liberty, then you gotta play this move. So you add another stone when after playing here, you don't need to play another move at J13 or you're protecting against everything. Well, he tried anyway, but there's an extra liberty. So when he plays this move, he wants Atari on the right. Therefore, you gotta catch the 2 stones. Well, this Atari can capture 4 stones. So he's supposed to just take the stone and then you take the 2. So he Atari, you took 2 stones, he took the other 2, but you took 4. Ah, nice catch. Good trade for white. So yeah, a pretty good game. From start to finish, white felt ahead, but you missed a bit the opportunity to kill the bottom several times. Also, the end game could be played slightly better, like you can erase that right side early with S10 or S9 slides, but overall, a game where white felt pretty much in control. Enjoy the review.